So the Fed is about to start cutting interest rates next week, and well, I just couldn't be more excited because I am pretty invested in the real estate sector. In case you don't know, my biggest position is a microcap stock called Voxtur, in which I have a very good portion of my money. It trades in Canada under the ticker symbol VXTR, and in the US under the ticker symbol VXTRF. And in today's video, I want to talk a little about how the money I invested in this stock can possibly multiply many times over. But before we dive into this subject, let me just remind you this is not investment advice, okay? I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing with my own money. And in case you were wondering how to buy these kinds of stocks, microcap stocks, I will leave the link to the brokerage I personally use, Interactive Brokers, in the description below. Now, as I've explained before, in this video, Voxtur offers technology to the real estate sector. The problem is that in the last 2 years, we've seen one of the worst housing markets in decades. And of course, this affected this company a lot, together with its stock price, which dropped around 90% from its peak. Revenue declined, debt became a real burden, and they even had to sell some assets to deal with it. In fact, truth be told, but if you only look at Voxtur's financials without understanding their story, their products, and the major problems they solve, if you only look at Voxtur's financials, you will think this company is uninvestable. And that's how this company is being priced right now, as an uninvestable company. But you know, things change very rapidly in the markets. The market's perception is extremely volatile. One day a stock is amazing, everybody loves the stock, and on the next day, everybody has forgotten about it, and stock prices follow the same pattern. So now, almost no one cares about Voxtur, almost no one cares about this company. For the market, this company is almost worth zero, right? After all, Voxtur is losing cash, revenue is declining, the sector this company is in is facing a really tough time, and finally, Voxtur trades in an underground stock exchange. So these are some of the factors why the market is bidding so much on the stock. But what will happen once interest rates start to drop, making the housing sector come to life again? You know, the Fed hasn't even started cutting interest rates, and look at what's happening with mortgage refinancing. So once the Fed starts cutting interest rates, I think we may see the housing market accelerating. So mortgage originations going up, home sales going up, and of course, as Voxtur serves this sector, this scenario will be very beneficial for this company. Revenue will probably start to grow again. Now Voxtur has onboarded more clients, their products are more mature. So as the housing market comes back, I think we may start to see some serious growth in Voxtur's revenue. So instead of a company with a declining revenue, we may see the opposite. Besides, they will soon cease having debt on their balance sheet. So my guess is that the market's perception towards Voxtur will change from, my God, this is a trash company, to, oh, this is a super growth company with a healthy balance sheet and with great products. On top of that, with revenues growing again, and with the new initiatives the new CEO said he would implement, we may soon start to see positive cash flows and maybe profits. And with that, I think that the market's perception towards this company will change completely, and the repricing of the stock will finally come. So to close this video, because I don't want to make a long video today, but just to put into perspective how cheap Voxtur is trading right now. Voxtur's entire market cap is sitting at $63 million, American dollars. Now, they've just sold half of Blue Water Technologies for $30 million plus $10 million. So for $40 million. And this happened so Voxtur could get rid of at least most of its debt. So if Voxtur sold half of Blue Water for $30 million, well, the remaining part of Blue Water Voxtur still owns is probably worth at least 30 million, right? So buying Voxtur today at the current valuation is like buying the remaining part of Blue Water plus all the other businesses, the RPTA, the AOL, Benutech, for only 30 million. I don't know if that sounds cheap to you, but it certainly does to me. So, well, what can I say? Pretty excited for interest rates to fall.